Hello, everyone. How is everybody doing? Y'all, I'm back. I have been on a vacation, a wonderful vacation, and I really enjoyed myself. And I am back. I really enjoyed myself. But I'm happy to be back home to I was listen, when I was on vacation, normally I'm able to get on and I took my laptop and I kept saying I'm gonna get on, I'm gonna get on, I'm gonna do a video. Y'all, I was so active while I was on vacation. Just out in the city. Chicago is a whole vibe. It is. Chicago is a whole vibe. Of course, and we were downtown in the midst of everything. And the beautiful part about it is we got the opportunity. We treated my sister and I, because my mom was like, well, no, I'm not going to go because y'all know my leg messed up and y'all have to be pushing me in a wheelchair or whatever. And she can walk, but not for extended periods of time. Shoot, she was like, I haven't been on the airplane since I was like 6 years old. We bought her a ticket, and she was happy. She was happy. Chicago. I mean, just like where we were. I listen because y'all know we went to the Usher and Chris Brown concert. Such a vibe, okay? And at first I was like, because my youngest daughter, she is such a hard worker. She's reserved, and she don't really ask for much. And she was like, Mom, I really would like to go to the Chris Brown and Usher concert. Like, I want to go. And I was like, if my youngest baby says she want to do something because she is so reserved, there's no way that I can say no. So I was like, so she was like, will y'all go? I was like, okay, well, I don't want to go to Nashville. We didn't want to go to Alabama. And she was like, what about Atlanta? I said, I don't want to go to Atlanta. She's like, the only other place is in Chicago. I said, let's do Chicago. Y'all have never been to Chicago. I have several times, and Chicago is a vibe. So she bought the tickets, and she got me too. She was like, Mom, because it sold out the first day. They wasn't even supposed to do the show on Saturday. It sold out the first day, like within 15 minutes in Chicago. And so she was like, Mama, since it sold out so quick, they added another day. And she was like, I was able to get us all tickets. I said, how much they cost? She's like, $340. I said, what? For everybody? She's like, no, a piece. I said, oh my God, she got me on that. So my mom didn't go to the concert, but she really enjoyed the sightseeing, the food. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. As much as, because we wanted to try everything. My daughter and them are such TikTokers. There was like, TikTok said this restaurant. We went to a restaurant, like, the last time I was there, because my mom like hot dogs. I don't. I like smoked sausages, like Italian smoked sausages. So I was like, there's this place called Portino's, I believe, in Chicago, and my mother really liked those. The bread and stuff is good. I mean, it was good. Um, then my daughter was like, I saw on TikTok that there was this place called Soul Vibes downtown. It had really good soul food. It was really good. We brought some home. So it was just really nice. Let's see, we went to this other Italian restaurant. I can't think of it downtown. The pizza and stuff was so good. But we walked everywhere. Like, we walked. So I didn't have no issues with just like getting out walking because we were like in walking distance of everything, right? And so then Soldier Field Stadium, child, when we were this African guy, we Ubered to the stadium and we was like just right up the street, but we didn't really know it. Child, if that African guy didn't, oh Lord, they was doing all types of U-turns and they drive so aggressively. Chicago almost kind of reminds me of New York. It's just not as big as New York, but as far as like, it's really congested downtown. The first hotel we went to was this hotel called it was supposed to be a hotel, and then the girl was like, no, that's the south side, but they're advertising it as if it's a downtown hotel. So I had booked it, and when we got there, the phone didn't work. it looks like people was living in the hotel. I was like, I am not staying at a hotel that people live in. I don't mean no harm because it's more like a motel. And so they had really price gouged their prices. Okay, they was really gouging because of the concert. So when we checked in, I was like, the phone didn't work, the TV didn't work, the elevator didn't work, the air didn't work. I told the lady, I want my money back. I want my money back. Cause I am not staying here. The folks standing outside smoking weed because they live in a hotel. I was like, mm-mm. So when I went to Burlington, the lady was like, no, that's the South Side. I don't even know why they advertise that as being a downtown hotel. It's not even in the loop. She said it's not even in the loop. But anyways, we ended up getting lucky enough to get a hotel downtown at the Marriott downtown in the midst of everything. We left that hotel, we checked out, we got our money back. And then we got another hotel, and it was right in the midst of everything. But it was so much to do. Like we was constantly, it was just like I just really enjoyed it. I work a lot, so I'm so happy. But I did like some other concert, y'all. I did go live. I just don't ever remember my Facebook password. So I had to do it on, I mean, my YouTube password. So I had to do it like on Facebook. I'm going to show y'all a little bit. And then we're going to catch up. I know it's a lot to catch up on because I've been gone since last week. Let's see. We were staying out so late. We got home at like midnight last night. I'm telling y'all, Chicago was a whole vibe. The people in Chicago, oh my God, they are a vibe. And people talk about the crime in Chicago. It was a lot of mature people out there. It was a lot of mature people out there. I mean, it was just a whole vibe. To your uncle, niece, nephew. I'm about to take you to the next level in this shit, man. You can't have no other sexy shit without having some turn up to it. Put your butt back over the head. I can't see. Hold it up high. Hold it up high. Now shake it on top of the head. Shake it. Shake it. Shake it. You don't need no beat you better. I can miss me up. You don't need no beat you better. That DJ was a whole vibe. Chris Brown DJ is a whole vibe. Steven, I thought about that. Oh my God! Bring it to me. Bring it to me. B-O-O-S-I-E-B-A-D-A-Z-Z. When I tell you the folks showed out up in there, they showed out. This shit get serious. This shit get serious. I'm the rising terror tonight, already partying. I pull it back for B.I.P. That tank go when I drink so. You can tell like I can't find the diamonds on my teeth. It's only a few minutes that I recorded on the street.
Let me take it back a little bit.
Oh, they was rocking Young Dolph up. They was rocking Young Dolph up in there. Who?
Gonna be a R&B serving everybody. I don't come with these niggas cause they shady. These niggas just wanna have a baby. Born in the 80s, crack baby. I'm a shit in the street, I'll get them. Hold on.
I don't know why it's breaking up so bad.
This how you do this shit, niggas. Oh! Uh-oh! Oh! Shot I was so big, nigga. Big bitch, nigga, wanna have my baby. One in the 80. Mama, she was on the street, so guess who made it? You motherfucking right, couldn't get it from my mom, so I got it off the block. Been working my whole life, but I ain't never punched the clock. 9 years old, I seen a nigga get shot. Hey, niggas quick to run their mouth when they get shot. Pussy ass nigga, tell it on their own family.
I don't know why my computer is. I don't know why it's glitching so bad. Can y'all hear me? If y'all can hear me, do a thumbs up. Okay, y'all. It's okay. It's really, but it was a whole vibe. It really was. I really enjoyed myself. I really did. Um, I like Chicago anyways, and I'm happy that I was able to go with my sister, my nephew, and my mom, and make memories and stuff with my family. You know, so we've started planning our next trip already. So my baby girl's like, Mama, the next vacation is either gonna be New York or LA. I said, I'm ready because I love New York anyways. Um, but I think I would rather go to LA. In anyway, you guys, this 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 stream is really glitching real bad. That I'm back, y'all. Hold on one second. It really is. It's really glitching real bad. Y'all, hold on one second. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Can y'all hear me? Look, y'all, I don't know if somebody is messing with the live or because we had a bad storm yesterday or what. But either way it go, I mean, I'm gonna drop so many videos today. They're gonna be who if it's somebody mad, they're gonna be mad about the time I finish because I got a lot to catch up on. But shout out to Steven and shout out to everybody though. The people that get on my prayer line, my day ones, they was getting on even when I was waking up late and wasn't able to get on. I mean, I'm just happy to be back. So, like I said, it's a lot to catch up on. I got a lot of videos to do. Yeah, I think somebody messing with the live, but I'm gonna upload so many videos today. I mean, they probably gonna wish they had just left the live alone. Okay, they probably gonna wish they had just did that, but I got about 4 videos in me to upload today, so it's gonna I'm still gonna say whatever it is that I need to say. It's just that I got a lot of videos to catch up on, so I'm just gonna upload them. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna upload them. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button for me. I've been seeing I is it Keywan's trial? Does Keywan trial start today? I've been seeing where Finesse 2 times has and his baby mamas has been like trending. They've been trending like it seemed like to me the number one trending, and it's something because one of Finesse 2 times baby mamas is my first cousin. She is my first cousin. That's her mother and my dad are sister and brothers. So I was like, wow, Cece, it's my first cousin. Hey, but she hold it down, and I gotta say this about Cece. Cece was not out here saying anything about Finesse 2 times. She was not. Finesse 2 times kept picking at Cece until he forced her to say something. Okay, Cece, I believe Cece cuss more than she. I ain't no real big cusser unless you make me mad. Okay, and I've been trying to get away from that. But I think Finesse 2 times has picked at that girl to the point where he has made her come out and start saying things. And Cece is not. I don't even know why Cece ain't even a person that he should even want to pick with because she know a lot about him. She know a lot of the dirt that he has done. They were friends. She know a lot, and she was not saying anything. I think the other baby mama, the oldest daughter's mother, she didn't want to really say a whole lot. She didn't really want to say a whole lot. He was messing with her too, cause she might have been messing with him a little bit. because she thought. Remember, she said thought that last baby was his, the 1 year old. So she was messing with him a little bit. So she probably had a little bit of love for him. She didn't want to put out a whole lot, even though he didn't treat her right. But Cece don't care, and so I can't understand why he would want to throw gasoline on a fire. Cause I was looking at some of the stuff she put out. I was like, there it is right there. Okay, there it is. I mean, she was putting out some real. He hurry up. It was something she put out, and he hurry up and deleted it. Okay, that's why I can't understand why he is still bothering her. He needs to leave that girl alone because she was not bothering him. Okay, she was not bothering him. I really and truly think that finesse two times. What finesse two times needs to do is go and get into a rehab because Finesse is talented. Okay, I like his music and stuff, but I think Finesse needs to go and get into a rehab. And here's another thing too. I think Finesse two times. I was looking at y'all. Listen, I got so much to say, and I probably need to change. I don't know. I had already started this video off as open chat, but I was looking at it like late at night when I would get into the bed. Okay, because it seemed like it was hard for me to sleep in Chicago because I just felt like downtown just reminded me so much of New York. I just felt like it was something I needed to do. Shoot. I stayed in the streets, but it. I mean, as far as that situation with them, it's a lot going on with that. Okay, and so I'm gonna do some videos on that. I really should have did a live on it, but I wanted to talk about my trip, but we'll probably do a live on it too. And I saw where Black Youngster has started back posting videos. Okay, and which it's a good thing that Black Youngster will be back posting videos. Okay, but I have my take on that, so I'm gonna do a video on that too. And it was some more stuff that was going on that I said I was gonna do a video. I see Gotti has been posting again. I'm gonna do a video on him too. Okay, I'm gonna do a video on Gotti. Okay, um, so I got at least 3 videos that I'm going to do. Okay, Youngster, Gotti, and Finesse two times. Um, some stuff on Keefe D, and Keefe D's trial is really fascinating to me. Look, listening to Mob James and all them. If they keep on, okay, if they keep on, they gonna mess around and get each other indicted because it's a lot of dirt that they did back in the '90s that they got away with. Okay, it's a lot of stuff that they did that they got away with, and they gonna mess around and get each other because I heard Mob James says that he is not interested in telling on Keefe D because his daughter lives in the same neighborhood that Keefe D lives in, and he ain't trying to get his daughter hurt. He said that's not what he do. He was brought in as a hostile witness, okay? And he said Keefe D's attorney was acting all like he wanted to. Keefe D attorney was asking him all those questions like he was trying to get Keefe D caught up. It wasn't a prosecutor that was asking Mob James those questions. It was a defense attorney, which was weird. Which was really really weird. So I think that just within itself that trial right there is gonna be a damn clown show. Okay, I always love a good laugh. Okay, I likes to laugh. I like to be happy. So I loves a good laugh, and I think that's gonna be a clown show up in there. It's already one. Now, and Keywan's case and Yellow's case, I don't know. I think it's gonna be televised. I think that'll be interesting too. Dirk's case, I'm gonna just say this about Dirk's case. About Dirk's case. If Dirk if Dirk get off, it'll be because he paid the judge. It'll be because he paid the jury. And the judge already said something, okay, that's really weird that made me think that he's been paid off already. For him to say that Dirk and the co-defendants they was pleading guilty by mistake. Everything goes on record. That is a federal trial. I mean, if he's found guilty, in which if he ain't found guilty, it's gonna only be because he paid off the jurors. But if Dirk, I mean, that would be grounds. Any skilled attorney could use that as grounds for another trial. Or a mistrial. Rainbow. Rainbow. I don't know. Oh, that should go a little bad, but yeah, I think so too. Everybody testifying against Dirk. The only way Dirk is going to be found not guilty is if he has paid off the jurors and the judge. That is the only way. And don't say that it ain't gonna happen. It can't happen because it happened before. It happened. His co-defendants told that a couple of the jurors were compromised in the case with him and Vaughn was in, because they were supposed to be found guilty in that case, and some of the jurors were compromised. A couple of them were paid off, right? So they told that. So those, I mean, I'm sure that they have their eyes on it more, but that was very suspicious for the judge saying that within itself they pleaded guilty. I got to look at that. I got to look at the whole thing. I got to look at the whole thing and why that was said. Okay. Them people telling are the same as Dirk or work. Right. And see that too, you know, the jurors may look at that and go, well, you know, these people are just telling. I'm sure that's what the attorneys are going to say. The attorneys are going to use that. Attorneys are going to use that. They just want to get off, and they want to blame everything on my client because he won't give them any more money. He cut them off because they were doing this and that, and you know, they just, I mean, I'm sure they're going to use that to their advantage. They do have a history. I'm sure he's going to bring up their long bad history, which would make them, to a lot of jurors, not credible. But here's the thing, they got a lot of like electronic evidence as it relates to Dirk. A lot of communication, a lot of text messages, a lot of electronic stuff. So I don't know what his defense attorney, I really don't know how he's gonna argue against that. And also, Shiesty, I want to do a video on him too. Now, have they Cornbread been on TV? Yeah, the people that's telling is, you know, for me, I can't understand how could Dirk get that much money, come from where he came from. Why would he keep them around him? Well, he should have separated himself from those dudes, those kinds of dudes, and got him some security. Okay. Now, you know, I hear people say that Dirk and Gotti are on the same thing. Yeah, as far as sending people out, the difference is Dirk really was in the streets with those dudes. Gotti always was like tried to be like one removed. You know, he always had his brother or some of them other dudes around him, like his cousin and some of those other guys that hung around him, to always be the middle person between him and the people in the streets. Okay, although I do believe that as far as like Straight Drop, Hernandez, Govan, I believe that they did have communication with him, because remember Cornelius said he never had communication with Yo Gotti, but he knew that he knew that it was for Yo Gotti what they was doing. So I think Dirk had a lot of communication with them guys, and he trusted those guys. So um, I'm sure they telling, it ain't no telling what all he ain't gonna end up getting it. I'm sure they leading them to a lot of stuff that wasn't even on their radar, because Dirk and them was doing a lot. Dirk and them were doing a whole lot. Okay. Trenches News says that, and I mean, they said that they had something to do with what happened to Cash. So, um, Trenches News has said that he was going to be, so far, everything, people talk about Trenches News, but so far, the majority of what he has said has come to pass. So, Trenches News says that he's going to be indicted for what happened to Cash, paying for Cash murder. I believe it. He paid for FBG Duck's murder. They tried to put that on bond, but even Mama Duck says that she believed that it came from Dirk. And Mama Duck was saying that Mama Duck said that nobody really knew where Cash's mama lived. And she said Cash mama said that Cash was so close to home that right before he was shot, he called her and said, "Mama, open the door." He was right there at her by her house. That's why she was out there. She was out there. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Um, I was gonna say this too. You know, I ain't trying to be hard on the men. I'm not trying to be hard on the men. Okay, but I am gonna say this. Well, I ain't trying to be hard on the good men. Okay, because there are a lot of real dudes that be in my chat, and I appreciate that. So I ain't talking to them. But you hear a lot of we hear a lot of men how they try to be hard on women and all of that. Okay, not the real men, but the sissies. Okay, these ones that's got a lot of bitch in them. But in Dirk's case, it ain't no woman. You don't see India is there to support her husband. Okay, she there to support her man. She's been there. Okay, I don't know how long he gonna get. Okay, if he get life, it's all a matter of how long she chooses to stay behind him as it relates to his appeals process and all of that. If it take 20 years, maybe she'll wait, maybe she won't. Okay, I wouldn't wait 20 years on no Negro that chose to stay out in the street and show more loyalty to some dudes, okay, over his family, okay, because he had his family then. But here's the thing: it ain't Dirk ain't get ready to be sailed up the river because of no woman. It's his bro. It's the bros. They always talk about bros before hoes. It's the bros that's got him in that position. Okay, that's the reason why I can appreciate these dudes that understand you need to get you a good woman and duck off somewhere, okay? Because as long as you be good to her, she'll be good to you. But a lot of these men deep down inside, they hate women because they're not true to themselves, of what it is that they really like. But I mean, it's the bros, and believe it or not, that's usually how it is. When you hear about women doing things to men, as far as like having them in court, it is because that man is either harassing them or he won't take care of his child. They look at that as being worse, trying to make them pay child. Or you putting them white folks on me. They look at that as being worse, okay, than what these dudes doing the dirt. They get ready to get his life taken, okay, and his black woman is still standing behind him, okay. So not these sissies, okay, but I'm talking about these real men and these ones that are halfway right. You need to get you a good woman and treat her right and sit down somewhere, okay, and stop running up behind these damn men that probably got a lot of you have to wonder, because a man is supposed to be a man. You need to be very careful about when you got dudes that chase up behind you and willing to do anything for some money. That's my hitter. What's gonna happen? Is he gonna be your hitter when your money run dry? Is he gonna tell on you when they get caught? Because you better know, as it relates to the feds, they don't never want nothing but the money. And Dirk was the money. Okay, and they got him right where they want him. Okay, everybody done turn on him. That other guy, Jam, I mean, folks were saying the whole time he was wired up. A lot of them dudes that was around Dirk, a lot of them that wasn't his friend, they was by way of Vaughn. They had more loyalty to Vaughn, not Dirk. They probably didn't even like Dirk. Okay? So, she says, Jam, oh, yeah, Jam was already a murderer, of course. He was already a killer. Then and Jam just got out. Now, how did Jam know? Was Jam Dirk's friend or was he Von's friend? Did Jam grow up with Dirk or was he Von's friend? Because quite a few of those dudes were Von's friends. Because they was already saying Jam was wired up, right? Jam was wearing wire. So I don't know how that's going to, not unless they try to get it thrown out. But I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. Because even if they got wiretapping, if it was a court order wiretapping, it was probable cause, you get a court order. And that, I mean, they ain't gonna even be able to get that thrown out. It says D thing friend, Dirk brother, but he was around them. Okay, so is okay. D thing friend Dirk. Okay, so he was Dirk's brother's best friend, the one that was unalive. These men be acting like they be going together. I'm telling you, I got, they think that rhyme when they sit up talk about bros. You talking about you putting a man before you put a woman? It's something ain't right with that. Cause most men want to be up on the women and they want to take care of them and be all up under them and stuff like that. Okay, so it's something. And I be hearing these old men say it too. Man, these men be putting their women before they put their partners. Really? I mean, why would that's his woman? Why wouldn't he put his woman and his kids before he put another hard leg? I don't understand that. I mean, I get turned off by old fools. It says be going harder for men in the street. Yeah, they be going hard. Dirk is in the position that he is in right now because he went harder for men than he did for his own damn family. Because he should have been laid up under India. Thank you, Rayford. He should have been laid up under India and his children. Okay, rather than out in the street and paying for hits and stuff. We had Harold's chicken. Now I'll say this: Harold's chicken. The fries was good. The chicken was okay. The chicken was okay. But we had Harold's chicken. We had Dave's chicken. We had Soul Vibes. When y'all go to Chicago, you gotta go to Soul Vibes. It was really good. We had Portino's, and we had another. We had everything. Anything that we didn't see that we had in Memphis, we had it. We had so much I can't remember everything. We tried everything. My daughter was TikToking it, child. She a TikToker, so she was TikToking it. It says I don't think Dirk paid for no hits. They been on that since back then. Eye for an eye. I don't know, Rose. I think he did. I do. I think he did. Even with the situation with what's the guy named Quando Rondo? Then when Dirk name, then his name come up in there some kind of way with them dudes that went out there and killed the boy that was with Quando. Then Dirk, it wasn't his credit card in the midst of that some kind of way. Nola says, my daughter ate from the time she arrived until yesterday when she returned. Now she in girl. Listen, I walked so much. I was like, Lord, I hope I'm walking all these calories off. I was like, I hope I'm walking all these calories off. Cause I mean, we were walking for blocks and blocks. We was walking for blocks and blocks, but yeah, I'm gonna get. Cause I was looking at my face. It's puffy. It's puffy. So that means I did eat a lot. Cause my face has slimmed on down. My face is puffy. So even though I was out walking a lot, it was it was still puffy. So yeah, I'm gonna get in the gym, and then I got it for a couple days. I'm gonna just do vegetables, green beans, cause I can eat green beans with a like a turkey leg in it. I can eat that for a couple days, and watermelon. I can do that for a couple days. I can do that for a couple days. He said Dirk suppose was shooting himself. So in Rose, who all has turned on Dirk? I know they said so they said what's the guy name? Jam has turned on him. And who else has turned on him? Um I believe they said everybody that's locked up, even the guy who Dirk was, it wasn't even the guy that he was paying for attorneys, because they said he was paying for attorneys for one of those guys. And I think I was listening to, I heard that that guy has even turned on him. She says, I heard two of the shooters. She says Dirk was definitely aware with the streets, but he ain't the only one. They always on it. And Jam telling two other shooters telling, okay, 20 or 30 OTF. Oh my God. So 20 or 30 OTF members is telling on him? I didn't even know it was that many. And y'all, that's got to be a lesson at the caliber of where Dirk was. Dirk ain't even have no business being around no gang members like that. Not unless they could rap and he was gonna sign them. But Dirk ain't have no business being around. I could see like if you keep a couple people, he was in a gang, so he got a couple that was real loyal to him. They his best friend, but they on something else. They want a different life. But now, if you step to them wrong, they ain't afraid to get you back up off of them. But we ain't on it. We trying to make money. We want peace, but we ain't scared to take it there if you you try to violate us. But these dudes that was hanging around Dirk, they didn't have nothing to lose. When you have, I mean, even if you ain't got what Dirk got, you don't hang around people that ain't got nothing to lose. And a lot of times they be jealous of you, but they said Dirk was taking care of these dudes. They said Dirk was buying these dudes houses. He was giving them hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, and they was wasting it on chains and necklaces and jewelry. They weren't really doing anything with it. She said 35 OTF members ain't even alive. He says Dirk and Mario are king cobras. All definitely anacondas. Um, Says not Emerald says not Miss T. Dirk defense has 25 witnesses. Okay, so Dirk's defense has 25 witnesses. How many witnesses does the prosecutors have? Move, girl. The prosecutors got up to 35. Y'all, who gonna go up in that? Oh, what Dirk trial gonna be at in Chicago? Wait a minute. Now, is Dirk's trial gonna be in LA or Chicago? Because I'm thinking about something else. Cash them is in Chicago. That stuff with Quando Rondo and them happened in LA. Okay, so the trial is gonna happen in LA. Why are they talking about? I'm trying. I don't know how I'm getting confused. Why I thought he was having a trial in Chicago. Because I was ready to say who is going to um go to the Chicago trial. So it's in Los Angeles. He says the government will shrink their witness list to 15. The trial is said to take 2 weeks in California. So what case are he? What case was he indicted in Illinois? Was he also indicted for some stuff in Chicago? Chicago. So he's going to trial in L.A. That alone is scary because L.A. tries to. I wouldn't even want to be on trial in L.A. I wouldn't. Okay, so I left my jean jacket on my mama house, and I just bought that jacket when I was in Chicago. I need to tell my daughter to put it because she'll put it in her clothes on purpose. So what was he indicted for in Chicago? No, he wasn't even charged there. He has better chance in Chicago than L.A. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be on trial in L.A. I wouldn't. I mean that he seems he say he coming home. He say he's coming home, so I don't know about that one because they've had superseding indictments on him. It's like they trying to make sure they get him on something. Kenneth said free Dirk. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I believe if Dirk, because Dirk has gotten in trouble quite a bit and he's always gotten out. I believe if he got off this time, he'll be doing the same stuff. He said, "So you was in the shy, and don't let me take." OG Snake Spider, I did not know you was from Chicago. For some reason, I thought you was from Detroit. I thought you was from Detroit. I don't know why I thought you was. You sound like a I don't know what they call the Detroit people. Do they call them Detroiters? Do they call what do they call the Detroit people? Detroiters? Detroiters? Um, Jackal says he is facing federal conspiracy, murder for hire. He is facing federal conspiracy, murder for hire, and firearms charges for allegedly orchestrating a hit on rival rapper Quando Rondo. Okay, so that's in L.A. So you all he don't have no charges in Illinois. No charges have been brought against him in Chicago. He says they both my home. Okay. And Rose says Dirk was killing people that was trying to kill him. That's been the whole. Who is Jeffrey Fort? I'm gonna tell y'all something. When Jam was doing them interviews, and that Jam looked like a snake. I ain't gonna lie, he did. He looked like a snake. He looked like he was working. I promise you. Hold on, let me pull that up.
Faye, how's it going?
What's up, my boy, man? Chilling for the turn up, back out, staying out, been a long time.
Let me just say this. They call him Fei Fei, but I bet his name is Phelan because I had always said that's one of the names that I had for a little boy. That's just one of the names because I had several because I like Phelan and Christopher and all those names.
Yeah, it's been a few years since our last interview, man. A lot's happened.
Yeah.
What's been going on since our last interview?
Right, man. Just trying to keep my head above water, praying to God, staying focused, mentally, spiritually, things like that.
Okay, so you caught a case. What all happened with your case?
Man, was following my case, man. I ended up they put some little cases on some little burgers for hitting the stores and shit like that. So that happened. I ended up bonding out, getting out, and they was watching me again. They just put another case on me, man. So I sat in the counties.
So hold on. You caught a case, you bonded out, and then they put another case on you?
Yep. As I was on house arrest. While I was on house arrest, they was already investigating more cases. They was trying to say other crimes that I was doing in that area, in that, community, in that little piece of that. So I ended up doing that. They locked me up, got me off house arrest, locked me back up. I ended up staying in the county for 7 years at 50, got up out of there. Then I supposed to been got out, but
With App Games on you?
12, 15 years. Who taking that shit? Hell no, I'm not taking that. I'm sitting in this motherfucker. I'm finna get my paid lawyer. We finna be sitting this. I'm out to get comfortable. Ain't no more bonds no more. They stopped the bond with the Safety Act, with the new law, the Illinois law, that Safety Act. So they stopped giving people bonds then due to people was bonding out, catching crimes, doing all type of shit. So they stopped that.
And you said that they identified you by your tattoo?
Yeah, tattoo. Y'all tattoo on my face. Y'all been my license plate, the Malibu out here.
Damn. Okay.
Lord have mercy. He drove his car to some burglaries of stores. Lord have mercy.
Not Malibu, Malibu, yeah. They just, sure, a lot of people come
they come in packs. You come, go, you know, they come every day down there. Time, you know what I'm saying? So when a lot of us came, so when Boone was down there, Boone was down there like, I think a gun charge or something like that. I don't want to too much detail. But Boone wasn't fuck with him. Boone was trying to say like, he had some shit. Boone was down there ahead of time, you know what I'm saying? So when a lot of us came, so when Boone was down there, Boone was down there like, I think a gun charge or something like that. I don't want too much detail. But Boone wasn't fuck with him. Boone was trying to say like, he had some shit going on, some police shit. Now, that was before the video. I mean, before the rooms. But, you know, Jim, like I said, Jim, he worked in commissary in Sheridan. And Jim come correct, bro. And Jim ain't no lame. So they won't really fuck with each other now. Like, they won't talk with each other, none. Like, Jim was the commissary worker. Boone had a little job. He was in school and shit. But when we was down there, we seen the FBI. They came in the jail. They came in the facility. They had their little suits on, chains, I'm talking about vests, everything, guns, everything on. They come right in. So they days later, Jim was already mad. He been pissed off for a couple of days. I don't know what happened, what he heard on the phone. I think he said somebody did some shit. His baby mama ended up getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? Long story short. And he like, man, he on that. He on bullshit. He on that when he get out. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker know how he coming. But yeah, they snatched him up and shit. He went on crisis watch. They snatched him up. Feds came, snatched him up and shit. Rodriguez, one of the COs that worked in Sheriff, you know, he been knowing Jim since he was young. You know, he came from the juvenile facility to adult. So that's how Rodriguez that worked there, we used to work in juvenile, and he know Jim growing up since he was a baby. So he called him his son. So he ended up stripping Jim out like his clothes, telling him like he got to pack up. And he told Jim like, son, what's going on? All the feds coming for you. He told him like, Jim told that nigga, it's real shit. Jim told him like, Pops, I'm good. I'm gonna be good. He called him his Pops and everything. He like, man, I'm gonna be good. And they end up shipping Jim out, man. By the time I look up shit, they saying all the rooms and shit with the police shit. Like I said before that, Boone was already, all they else already talked about it. And you know how jail is, the facility, once mama here, everybody else here, especially if it's something like that or negativity. But shit, to be honest with you though, they weren't even bringing that shit directly to bro. You know, motherfucker probably was saying it behind his back. They was still with him, all type of shit, you know, because it's Jim, you know. He got the clout too, you feel me? You know how they go.
So the folks, I guess they was scared of Jam. He said they was talking behind his back, saying that he was the police because the feds came in there and, you know, wow. So they knew what he was on. They were just scared to say it.
Nobody wanted to mess with Jam. So Jam's reputation precedes himself then.
Yeah, I say yeah, but I say though, deeper truth than that though, I had Jam coming, bro. You know, Jam been catching cases, you know, Cam, since he was a juvenile. So folks been active and going crazy. You know, folks, you know, really come from like MTV too. You know what I'm saying? He be on 9 certain night showed up Vernon now. No.
Are people scared of Jam?
Yeah, my folks be treating shit like folks get like that, bro. I ain't gonna take that from him, bro. Jam get like that, folks. You have to come correct for him, you feel me? So whoever on his ass say they looking for him, he ain't gonna be easy. And folks kick ass to him. He'll kick ass to him. And he know how to Jam with it. I can't take that from him. He been in it, you know. Mostly been in jail. He been in jail though too most of his life, but he ain't never been no lane though, you know. I say that.
You're in there with Jam. There's all these rumors going out, and the feds actually come.
Right before y'all, because I think they snatched Jam them. I think they snatched Jam them up first. And they snatched a few more of it. They might have snatched for people before they got Jam, but I just know when we was there, and you know what I'm saying, when he left by the time a lot of the people, guys came, he was.
Now, if that happened And all of these dudes was around Dirk. I want, and Dirk was feeding them. Why didn't they tell? He said folks was saying behind Jam back. A lot of those OTF dudes knew what it was, but they were still smiling in his face and all that. Why didn't they go and tell Dirk? Okay, or maybe Dirk heard it. Move. Hold on, you all. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Move.
Years flat.
12 years.
Like 12 years. Did my time. Ain't told on nobody.
Right.
Ain't no fool shit on my name. Now I'm back. I'm living life I know.
Yeah, because shit, you just came home not too long ago. Like when you come home.
So I've been home a little bit over a year.
Yeah. Okay.
A little bit over a year.
Yeah.
12 years flat.
12 years.
Like 12 years. Did my time. Ain't told on nobody.
Right.
Ain't no fool shit on my name. Now I'm back.
I mean, when he said it like that, he should have been. Because he smiled when he said, "I ain't told on nobody." Why he even bring that up? So I mean, that right there should have. Oh, they killed his baby's mother. So y'all think that's why he telling? What the guy said? He's when they took out his baby mama. I mean, so did Dirk and them kill his baby mama?
I'm living life I never thought I'd live. You know?
Yes, sir. Yeah, but like if you can't talk about it, like why did you have to sit down for 12?
I went to jail for attempt. Okay.
Okay.
Attempt murder.
How did you even get linked in with this OTF period?
That shit. Get LinkedIn. I already do LinkedIn. We broke together. This ain't no people I met. Nah, I knew them. Like I'm saying, this was before jail. I know Dirk was rapping. We had that. We came out that loud on our lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, like before y'all never heard of that. Like, this was shit in our parties, like personal shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's bro. I'm saying my whole time in jail, that stayed, bro. Like before the money, you know what I'm saying? That was bro. Like I remember when the money wasn't there, first I'm gonna say you 50. I got you and I still gave my lawyer money and everything when I'm fighting my case.
I ain't gonna lie, Dirk come through.
All that, like
Dirk come through.
that's sure. I don't gonna fuck nobody say like I know I'm a real witness. Like
A lot of niggas
bro,
can't say
stay
they
the
ain't seen
same.
tricks.
Like in my life, my whole time in jail, I was straight.
So, what's up? Like he was one of the main motherfuckers that held you down your whole bid.
Hell yeah. A lot of the guys did, but hell yeah, he was.
I hood like that though.
Shit.
Yeah, I hood like that.
No,
You
yeah.
working her.
Everybody get taken care of. Everybody get taken care of.
I don't gang shit, none of that shit. It's like some family shit.
Right.
My brother locked up.
Yeah. We always came together and made sure the guys were straight. Like, shit, this before
You
I was
like
going
rich.
to the home and all type of shit. That shit was mandatory. Like, hell yeah, go like play this part for sure. Like, overplayed it. I love bro for that. Can't shit forever.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's super solid, but like a lot of niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? He said, Jam get out that jam and give him 50, he ain't got to ask again, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got to ask shit, bro. He said he gave you 50, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fact.
More than that shit. Everybody more than that. Shit.
But shit, can you tell us how much he gave you, or you don't want to even?
No, we ain't got to get into all that, but bro made sure he made a way for me to be straight, like he's saying, gotta ask again, you know, like shit.
So if he's saying Dirk did all that, why do you all think that he told on Dirk? He claimed he been in and out of jail his whole life, so I'm sure that he is comfortable. Why do y'all think that he told on Dirk? If Dirk took care of him like that, he said this just 3 years ago. It sounds like to me he got out to set him up. I mean, I bet that was the deal. Why y'all think he told on Dirk? That dude been in and out of jail his whole life. So jail, people like him don't care about going to jail. Says I don't know if Dirk was personally, but they wanted Jam. She says I'm interested to see what Jam going to say. He done killed 10 people on his own. Why y'all think Jam turned on Dirk? And he said Dirk always took care of him. I mean, it don't take nothing for people to turn on you, though. I mean, they like the gifts. They could like your gifts, but not like you, and still be jealous of you. So that within itself is gonna be interesting. I'm sure it's gonna be people to go out there to LA and go to the trial. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting within itself. I've been interested in that for a long time. I really think that they got a point to prove, and so they're gonna I don't know. I just don't see Dirk getting off, even though all those guys they have criminal histories and they are definitely not credible. I mean, well, as as their criminal. But just because people have criminal histories don't mean that they ain't telling the truth. Now, if they get up there and they tell on themselves, if they tell on themselves, admit their part, that's something different. It's one thing to try and shift all the blame on somebody else, but when you tell your part, I mean, that it might not look too good for Dirk. So, yep. So let me ask y'all something. Do you all think that Yellow Beezy is gonna be his case? Do y'all think Yellow Beezy got a chance? Or do y'all think it's over for Yellow Beezy? They said that the prosecutors are seeking the death penalty on Yellow Beezy. That could work in his favor. Because if there's a small inch of a doubt, the juror is gonna have a hard time convicting him. I'm telling you, they're gonna have a hard time doing it, putting him to death. That's the reason why a lot of prosecutors they don't do the death penalty unless they know for a fact, because jurors have a hard time if there's any shadiness or anything. They have a hard time convicting somebody. The Mo 3 case started yesterday on a Sunday. Oh wow. I think they say jury selection starts in Keywan's case. Okay, Friday. It's gonna be interesting. I really wish that Dirk's case could be aired. I really do. I know they don't air federal cases, but I wish it could be. Do y'all think Keywan has told on Yella? There's no implication as of now that he did. I'm interested too. I really am. Also, Keywan told on Yella. I didn't know that. he got him a boy. He comfortable in jail. He comfortable in jail. He'll always have he'll have him a boyfriend. That's the reason why he said he had peace. He had peace where he know he's gonna be convicted. He is already probably told on himself too. And he got him a man he in love with up in there. So he'd rather be in there. Yeah, I don't know how Keefe D don't look like his heart gonna be able to take. I don't Keefe D don't look like his heart gonna be able to take what they putting out. Listen, I ain't gonna even tell no stories. And I could be wrong and rest in peace to Tupac and all of that. But I don't think that Keefe D should be convicted. Keefe D is stupid. Okay, the dudes that did it to Tupac is no longer here. Keefe D was, I mean, he told the story of what happened. He was just dumb enough to implicate himself to being in the car. He could have said his nephew and them came back and told him, but he actually said he told him he said if he had been on the other side, he'd have shot him. So I don't know. And Reggie Wright Jr. says that Keefe D had always been known as a crackhead. And he probably is back on something because I don't think nobody in their right mind would have did what Keefe D did. He should have told if he was gonna tell the story, he should have told what his nephew and them came back and said or something like that. The outside gonna be mad. His boyfriend, because he been in there a while now, ain't it? So he been cheating on him. Move, move, move. I wonder if he got a boyfriend before. Move, 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 move. Anyways, you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna come on again tonight. We got home last night. I don't listen. Them pilots be flying them planes so fast, it's ridiculous. I remember when I used to go to Chicago, it always took about 2 hours. Don't y'all know that it takes an hour and 5 minutes now to fly to Chicago? And last night, the pilot, we was running a little. We left a little. We were supposed to leave at 9:45 p.m. And the pilot they was running behind. We left at 10 p.m. We pulled out at 10 p.m. That pilot was flying that plane so fast. I was for some reason I got put on the back. Like I'm in row 19, and that made me mad because I don't like sitting in the back of no plane because you could feel all the turbulence. That's what everything is. You could hear everything, and I was like, I already be stressed out when you go up in the air, right? Because I mean, you ain't got no control over nothing. Even though way more wrecks than there are planes falling out the sky, right? So anyways, the only thing I could think about was because the takeoff when you first take off and when you're landing, that's the most dangerous time. Because once you get up in the clouds, you floating, right? Gravity holds you up there. Basically, you floating. But it was a lot of bumps in the clouds last night, and that man was flying that plane so damn fast, trying to make sure that we didn't arrive late We got from Chicago. We left. We got on the runway, as they say, because I looked at my phone at 10. We started going up in the air at 10 o'clock p.m. That man at around 10:58 p.m. That man was saying, "Welcome to Memphis. Thank you for flying with the friendly skies." And I'm like, dog. It was so many bumps in the clouds though. It was a lot of turbulence. It was I don't know. It was just I was just praying. I was like, God, just warring angels, Lord. I've been getting up praying every morning, asking for traveling grace. Lord, just keep this plane up here, just protect us. I got there so quick. He was flying that plane so fast because he was behind to make sure that we got there on time. Because the plane was supposed to land. We were supposed to leave at 9:45. It says the plane was supposed to land at 11:20. We left late, 10 o'clock on the dot, and the man was saying, "Welcome to Memphis" at 10:58. I knew he was flying that plane fast. And my mom said my head started. I was getting dizzy because she said I was looking at the wings on the plane. It was like was going round and round in circles. He got there so quick. It was other planes landing, and he had to get clearance. He had to stay up there in the air. He had to get clearance to land the damn plane. But overall, though, I really enjoyed myself. I really did, and I'm happy. I'm just happy that I got the opportunity this time to go with my mom. We got the opportunity to take her and treat her and make memories with her because my mother, like I said, because of her leg, she's gotten to the point where she's like, I don't want to hold y'all behind. She one of those ones. No, I don't want to go, but she be really wanting to go. I don't want to hold y'all behind and mess y'all trip up or nothing like that. But she really enjoyed herself, and that's the good thing. You know, it's good to make memories and stuff with your parents and with your children and stuff like that. So you can have pictures, so that you can have video, because we're all getting older and stuff. And I would suggest that people do that. And we have decided every year we are going to fly somewhere with my mother and make sure that we make good memories with my mom. Okay. I have a lot of video. The best thing that could have happened, even though my dad was getting on my nerves and stuff, when my dad came to me and was like, I'm getting ready to retire, and I'm getting ready to get a lot of money, and I want to invest my money. He says, I want to invest in other businesses. He said, and I thought about, I want to do it with my kids, right? And he said, that TV thing you talking about, I'm interested. And my dad invested in everything. I didn't have no cameras. I didn't have no studio. I ain't have no money. I didn't have nothing. And I don't know why I'm talking about this. As a matter of fact, I probably need to talk about this because somebody need this. If God gives you the vision, God will give you the provision. I just saw a black girl on TV one day, and it was Talisa Franklin, and she was saying, I've started my own network and blah blah blah. And she was starting a network, and then I saw Thaddeus was on there. He was up under another production company, and so I went over there to that production company, and that lady was trying to charge me a lot of money for a 30-minute slot. And I told him, and then she was competing with me on the advertisers. I'm trying to get advertisers so I could pay her, and she was competing with me on that. So I told my dad, I was like, I don't wanna deal with that company at all. And my dad said, well, I tell you what, if you could figure out what we need to do, I'll invest in it. I heard Thaddeus Matthews one night. They got mad at the head of Comcast because it was hard to figure out who he was, and Thaddeus said his name. Okay, of course, at that time I had just became a private investigator, so I had the systems to be able to look up anybody. So I looked him up, and it just so happened I found his son. And I went on Facebook. I was like, let me see if I see him on Facebook, and I saw his son on, and I reached out to him and I asked him. I said, "Are you the guy? I ain't gonna say his name. That that's over Comcast." He said, "No, that's my dad." I said, "I've been trying to get in touch with your dad. It's hard to find get in touch." He was like, "Oh yeah, he's out of town. Let me give you his cell phone number, and if he asks you how you got it, just tell him I gave it to you." I was like, "Wow." So he was so nice. He gave me his dad's cell phone number. His dad called me back 2 weeks later. Thaddeus had started going in on the company on Comcast so bad and on him. I'll never forget. I was sitting there working. He was like, "Oh yeah, may I speak to Tamara?" He was a real fast talker. He said, "Yeah, I got your voicemail and stuff. My son said you reached out to him. Are you interested in starting your own network?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Okay, well, I'm the person you need to go through." He said, "You got to fill out 30 pages. You need a lawyer. You need $2 million worth of you need $2 million worth of insurance. You need this." And so I called my dad. I used to cry about everything. My dad used to be mad because he said my mom had me too spoiled right. I used to cry about everything. I was like, "Dad," he said, "You got to get a lawyer." He was like, "I tell you what, um, I have the lawyers over here to have you fill that contract out." I was like, "Well, my dad is going to get a lawyer to read the contract so we'll know." He was like, "Well, I'm gonna tell you what the," because he was so mad at Thaddeus in that production company. He said, I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to write in the contract." So he was like, "Write this, write that." He said, "Because I'm the one that approved everything. You get it back over here." He said, "They're asking for some more time. They've been on there talking bad about me. But if you start your production company, I'm gonna let you get the cream of the crop. I ain't selling them no more time until you get all the good prime time. When something is for you, God will lay it in your lap." That's the type of favor that man showed me. Me and my dad bought me so much time. We basically all of the time. I basically own the whole channel, right? My dad was like, "Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna just buy you just about all of the time, so that you will have the cream of the crop, and then you go and you market it and try to sell it to the preachers and anybody else that want to show." I mean, I didn't have no idea what I was doing with the man that was over Comcast because he was so mad at Thaddeus and them. He told me everything to do. My dad went, Judge Joe Brown was my first person that I interviewed. My dad was like, "Well, I'm going to call all the politicians, and that's going to get people looking at your channel, looking at your show." And Judge Joe Brown walked in there, and my dad had ordered a lot of cameras. We didn't know what we was doing. So Judge Joe Brown was like, "Before I became a lawyer, I worked at a video company. I know about cameras. You need to get her the top of the line Canon cameras." And so my dad went and bought me every camera that I have is a Canon camera. And my dad upgraded my dad bought me so many video cameras that they were so high tech. A lot of them I ain't even know how to use. Like I got so many Canon high tech video cameras, right? I had to learn how to use them or go on YouTube and figure out how to use them, right? And so um I, I had the opportunity. My dad would be on my show. We did a lot of videos. He would have me out, just doing, interviewing everybody. I made a lot of good memories with my father. I made a lot of good memories with my father. I'll never forget though. He was like, "You need to put some insurance on me," and so he asked me a couple of times, and so he was like, "Don't put no $25,000 on me either." He was like, "You need to put more than that on me." And so he asked me, he was like, did you put? I was like, "Yeah, I went through Myron." And he said, "How much you put on me?" I said, "I put 50." And he was like, "You need to get a couple more policies." He was like, "You need to get a couple more policies and put more than that." He says, "My worth, you can get insurance based on a person's worth." My dad has said to me, "You need to see if you can get about $500,000 on me." I didn't want to pay that kind of money. I didn't want to do it at the time. I regret that I didn't do it because my dad knew he was sick then. He knew he was sick then. Um, so I did put two policies on it. I went and got another policy, and I didn't do what I should have did because he was. If he had told me everything, if he had told me, I would have even tried to get the $500,000. So he would, and I guess I was just thinking too. He was like, I asked my dad, "So what dad do? You He was like, "Well, I got everything divided up the way that I got it." He says, "I got his wife at the time was gonna get 50%, and then he said the other 50% is divided amongst my children." He said the other 50% is divided amongst my children. He said so. My my dad had just got 900 something $1,000, so she was gonna get half and his pension. That's why I can't understand why that old lady's so greedy. I mean, she's bitter though, because when my dad passed away, the second day after my dad was dead, that lady said, "Now this man had been married to this lady for 40 years, 40 something." And I was really upset. And she was like, "Your daddy had to reap what he sowed." I said, "He had to reap what he sowed? What you mean?" She said, "Your daddy was cheating on me." Why would you stay for 40 years? You know why she stayed? My daddy was a good provider. She didn't have, okay? Everything that man, he was a provider. He took really good care of her, and she knew the type of pensions and the type of money that he had, and she stayed there and took everything. Cause I don't even think she loved him. She took everything that she could take. That lady didn't care about that man cheating. You know what she cared about? She cared about. She felt like my dad had more of an affection for me than her kids. Okay, that's what she cared about. She didn't care about him having extramarital affairs, because anytime you get a man in politics and women think my dad was handsome and women think that they got some power, they throw themselves at them. Okay, he had the power and the money. Okay, and I'm not saying that it was right, but what she should have did was she should have left him. But she didn't care about that. What she cared about was it. That lady started having strokes because my dad was investing in me. Her mind said, "That's not my daughter. Why are you investing in a girl that's not mine, even though I was his motherfucking daughter before she was his wife?" It took that lady down. She started having stroke after stroke after stroke. And she was calling everybody, talking about why Rick Love, what is it about Chrissy? Rick Love Chrissy, he treat her different than all his kids. That's not true. All my sisters were married. They're married. I'm the only one that's not. I had more time to spend with my dad because I ain't have to answer to nobody. They didn't want to put up with my dad because of his personality. He's demanding. I knew how to handle my daddy. I knew how to handle him because we got the same type of personality. Okay? So she was worried about the wrong stuff. It made that lady sick. Not that he was cheating. Okay, because what she should have did, she should have left the marriage. She couldn't see herself giving up that $1,000,000. She couldn't see herself giving up that big pension she get every month. She couldn't see herself giving up she sold a house. The man, what's so crazy was the house was paid for. The lady sold the house. She stole the building. The man got the city to buy a big building to do a museum. The lady put quick deed the city's building that he got with grant money. They gave him, okay, to help the city of Memphis, okay, to start some programs and to do put a museum in there. She quick deed the deed in her name and then sold the damn building. She gonna have to, they gonna have some reckoning for that. Okay, I'm telling you right now, that's gonna come back to bite. I don't know how I got in that. She drove herself sick, worried about my dad's and our relationship. Anytime you have a wife, okay, and this is probably why my daddy didn't love her ass, okay. Anytime you have a wife that sits in your ear, I'm just finding all this stuff out now. All she can do is cry and stay in your ear all the time about your oldest daughter. What is about you? You got more affection for her. I guess she felt like him having because I got another sister. We got the same mama, but she was more worried about me. My other sister, we got the same mama. She's married. Well, she was. She going through a divorce now. So I had more time to spend with them. They didn't really. My dad was very demanding. Okay, they didn't want to argue with him. I ain't had no issues with arguing with him and standing my ground with him. But guess what? My dad put me through a lot of tests, but it was always rewarded. My dad put me on. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I got stuff right now. My dad and I made a lot of memories. I got a lot of knowledge. I'll always be able to take that with me. And I'm so happy that I made a lot of memories. And I'm not saying because I'm a woman. I don't think that cheating on no woman is good. It emotionally hurts women. It messes them up. I'm a woman. That's the reason why after a man cheat on me, we can't be back together because I'm gonna make his life hell. So it's best to go on. I don't want to make your life hell, and I want you to leave me the hell alone. Go on with your life. But this lady stayed around because of number one, the benefits. Number two, she wanted to see what I don't know a man that could love a woman. Some of my family members were saying my dad, even some of my dad's friends, and I didn't know my dad regretted. He couldn't understand how this lady watched me grow up, and my dad regretted staying with that heifer. Okay? Because no man is going to truly love a woman that has issue, that has jealousy with his child. So, ladies, if you jealous of a man, because number one, you probably jealous if he's showing that child affection, even if that's his damn child. I think the undertone is you scared that he's showing this child affection because he still loves the mama. That's the jealousy of it all. But no man is going to really love a woman and let her really penetrate his heart if you got issues, jealousy, because of the affection that he shows his children that are not yours. Because my dad loved all of his kids. You can love all your kids the same, but the way you treat them, it would be differently. You know why? Because they have different personalities. The way that I am with my oldest daughter and the way that I am with my youngest daughter is different. You know why? My oldest daughter is a damn fool. Okay, so I have to handle her differently. My youngest daughter is very mild mannered and she's sharp. She's real mild mannered and quiet and reserved. The way that I handle her is different, but the love that I have for him is the same. No man, and I don't know how women do it because women will be with men and they know the men don't like their children. I can't be with no man that don't like my kids. That man had been with that lady forever. It was cheaper to keep her, I guess. But no, he secretly resented that lady because he couldn't understand how I grew up around this lady, and he what he learned was this whole time this lady didn't like my child. Anyways, I don't want to talk about that because we be praying on the praying line about that, don't it, y'all? We moving past that. We let God deal with that lady. I don't think that lady can take much more. She's you know she's just an evil North Memphis gutter rat. Okay, that try to play like she godly, and I mean she on this lady on toes. I don't know if she can get whooped anymore, but she gonna get whooped some more. Okay, and her daughters are too. Okay, because I don't really care what I had as it relates with to my dad. If my dad had left me $1, if he had left me $1, I wanted that $1 that my dad left me, and what I would have did was I would have put it, I would have framed it. I would have framed it. But my dad left us a piece, $75,000 after she got her half, her 400 and something. He left us 70, and they with her and her daughters, they stole it. They stole it. When he got sick, her daughter got conservatorship and changed everything, and she gonna pay for it. That buck-eyed bitch is going to pay for that. Okay, I'm talking about Tony. Her and her sister Crystal, them bitches gonna pay for it. And it's really on the, y'all know how close I am to calling the city attorney. I've already talked to some people and having them to open up an investigation on them for selling that building that we got proof of. I mean, I've already gotten the video. We got the paperwork. He bought the building with the money that was given to, and you quick deed it in your name and sell it and get the profit. That's illegal, lady. But that lady is sick, but she still ain't mentally sick. She's smart mentally. But I would like to see her daughters go to jail. Okay, I'd like to see them go to jail. But y'all know how close it is. Y'all know the only reason why I ain't really went as hard as I could go is because of my mother. Don't y'all know I got a good mama? A real tender-hearted, loving, sweet, kind, compassionate mama. And even when that broad wanted to do my mama's daughters wrong, my mama still got compassion for her and her daughters. See, that's the type of stuff that makes me mad with my mama. Because my mama knows how to convict my heart. Anyways, y'all. Y'all hold on. Y'all, they said I'm looking at. They're saying that they denied. Move. They denied Carmelo Anthony another trial. Y'all, they denied Carmelo Anthony another trial. Yep, Black. I promise you, you right, Black Barbie. They changed some more stuff. They changed some insurance policies. Didn't they say they got a new judge? All of those judges are gonna stick together. All those judges are gonna stick together. I agree to Black Barbie. Says because they found out in his background that he had guns and stuff on the internet. And he was also threatening to stab and shoot his ex-girlfriend. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh my. They brought up everybody's background, the twins and so did the twins have a background also? Hey J Rail. Do y'all know if the twins had a background? You know, uh, they said, and also said that when he stabbed somebody, he is going to Lick the blood off the knife. Okay, so who did he say that to? Because kids say stuff all the time. Being silly. Who did he say that to? Like, was he playing? Because kids say stuff. Being silly. And now they're going to use it against him. Is that Stan G? That's it. I'm going back looking at my comments. What's up, Stan G? Hold on, y'all. Y'all, hold on. Oh, I gotta call my auntie back. Because she been calling me. I've been out of town. Mo. Y'all, hold on 1 second. I didn't see what Stan G came in here. I'm just not seeing it when I went back up and looked at the comments. They found it in his phone because he asked his girlfriend how many bullet holes did she want in her. These are messages. Um, these are messages to his ex-girlfriend when she broke up with him before he poked the Metcalf guy. Oh, wow. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna get back on tonight. Let me get settled in at home and stuff, and I got to take some garbage and stuff out and unpack and wash my dirty clothes, um, and stuff. And we'll be back on tonight. But I am gonna drop some videos. I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me today and catching up. We got a lot of catching up to do. I want you all to please like, share, and subscribe. If y'all want to support the channel, y'all hit up the Cash App or the Super Thanks. I'll see y'all a little bit later.